Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Well, not only do we have beautiful women here, but they're in the wellness, health, and beauty product business. So let me introduce you. The flaming red hair lady is Madeline Giardiello. And the other beautiful woman with long blonde hair is Angela Castellano. And they are partners and friends, and they're doing some things that make people really more beautiful than ever. So welcome to our show, ladies.
Thank you.
And
Pleasure being here.
Yeah, and you, when I first met you, Madeline, you told me that you represented 20 or a huge amount of lines of beauty products, and that didn't happen all at one time. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, first we started out being hairdressers, and I sold my shop. And then after that, I went into the beauty business, started with the cosmetics. And I love that end of it. I said I should have done that before I did hair. So we started our own business, which was Evermond of Italy. We were distributors for an Italian company. And then after that, we lost the distributorship because he wanted out. And we changed the name to Fabriella. And then there was Top Billing and Marco Bonacci, and I loved every single company because every single company had something else offering. And that's how I met Angela through our Marco Bonacci company when we were doing TV. We were doing HSN and Cable Value Network. So she put products together for us.
So let's kind of back up here, because this is a big deal when you think about it. When companies formulate products, the thing they do, they have to then package it. But the key is, how do they market it, right? How do they get it out there? Now, sounds like you were doing this even before we had all that high-powered television then, you know.
Yep.
How did you do this?
How did we do this?
How did you get it out there?
How I met Madeline was actually doing her product. I also started as a hairdresser, and then I went over to the corporate side. But I still love being a makeup artist. And I helped Madeline out with a line, and she was the makeup queen of the time. I just wanted to be just like her. So I went on and I did, I was doing my line, and I met her at a show. And she, thank God, liked me. So we've been working together ever since. I also then left the corporate side for a little while and went back to makeup artistry with Miss Universe and Miss USA. So I was a makeup artist for them for about 10 years. And then after that, we began really working with products, because now we knew what everybody wanted from the world.
And we started marketing it differently in each phase of the market, whether it was beauty, whether it was professional, whether it was retail. We had to market the products in different avenues.
Yeah, and when you go into the large department stores and you see, I don't know how much space, a lot of space, with all the cosmetics, it's confusing. You don't know what to get.
That's true. It's the advertising, it's the promotions that you do, it's the research that you do on the neighborhood that you're selling, whatever area you're in, what they're looking for. And that's what we try to do.
So you try it on yourself first?
Oh, always.
Always.
We're the guinea pigs.
Have you had some losers of things you put on, you say, I'm not selling this?
Yes, we've had, and that's why I'm very select with the companies that I represent. If I don't like it and it doesn't do anything for me, I can't represent them. I just honestly cannot sell their product.
And then we have to say no. And that's sad, because then you like the person, but you don't like their product.
Okay, now you said something about research. So there are people, just like I know that you are also working with a wonderful company called Chronic Relief. And I know that they've done a lot of research. So research is expensive, but it's necessary, isn't it?
Absolutely. In order for you to launch a product, it is.
Especially for Chronic Relief, because they are the wellness portion of what we do. They are coming out with all the wellness products, and that is really the future for everyone. I mean, we still need medical, so we still need the wellness and the health, because the health still, you still need your peptides.
Yeah, and you need beauty.
Right, and then you need the beauty, you still need your color. So when you blend those three together, that's the ultimate line.
Yeah, that's really the way it goes, and that's great. Now, so when we see people on television and we see them in magazines, do they really look like that? Because it's all been touched up, hasn't
Oh,
it?
absolutely. You've seen some of the different magazines, people and this and that one, and you see them shopping, going through the park. You wouldn't even recognize them at that star. It's when they have to go someplace that they all get very, very fancy.
And then there are
dramatic
some of them
looking.
that look very dramatic all the time.
Oh yeah,
And
well there are.
Yeah, and they just, I think to myself, my goodness, they almost look like they're already stuffed and they haven't done it. I like a very natural look, and most women I found in every country that I've been to likes natural makeup. That is good for you.
So if people, and as people are watching this, Facebook, and of course we're going to have you on YouTube, what do you want them to know? Well, let's talk about what the business is, and you have probably certain products you may want to feature and tell us why. What is the business really?
Well, the business is first to have a great skincare line and a body line, meaning that, you know, it's like a canvas. You can't paint on a canvas that is dirty and it's not exfoliated and bumpy. You got to clean that canvas first.
It's a good point. I like the way you put that.
Yeah, and then you start the process of the moisturizer, the eye cream, and then the foundation, and then that's the finishing. So it becomes a flawless look, and that's what you're looking for.
Okay, but then there are people who don't really look flawless even after you do this, but they're clean and they do the best they can.
Yes, of course.
And so, but when I look at you, I mean, you are flawless. I have to tell you, I saw that when I first met you, and you have it down. But you have the right stuff to be able to do it with. There are people who really just aren't attractive, and you do the best you can for them, don't you?
Yes, we do. We try. And it's a regimen. I mean, you just can't do it one time, use a cream, and then not use it for another couple of days. It's a process of you doing it every day, cleansing your face, putting the night cream, the moisturizer. And as you do that, you will definitely see the results. You're not going to see any results if you do it so far apart. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't happen. You could see the polished look as you use your regime of products.
Okay, so
I think
Angela,
the biggest thing is immediate results.
Yes, it does show
That's,
right.
you know what? That's the biggest thing you said before about what is it with the products? Immediate results. When a woman can put something on and see a difference immediately, you know you're going to get a resale.
That's instant gratification that they're looking for.
well now, and I've been noticing your hair, Angela. It's beautiful. So are there hair products too? Is that
Yes.
what you're also marketing? Because you go into the, if I go into one of the drugstores and you see just miles of shampoos, and you don't know what to get or what to do. But is this something also you carry, those kinds of products?
Yes, we do.
Because you started out as hairdressers.
Yes. So,
Well, we have people come to us and ask us to do their lines. And if we like their lines, we use it, and we like the lines, we then go ahead and we help them market it, and Madeline helps them sell it, puts it into the position it needs to be in to market in the right areas. Because you could take a line and not market it in the correct area, and then the sales are just not there. So together, we just try to find that niche for that product, and we put it out there.
It needs a lot of marketing too, because you do have a lot of competition, don't you?
and we insist on the clients that we have that they do the marketing and they do the advertisement and the displays that they're going to need for the stores. Not just put it on the shelf and it's going to stay there. You need a pop-up display that's going to catch your eye, because if it doesn't, then you become just one of the ones on the shelves.
But how about having live models? Do you ever do that?
We haven't had any live models other than shows.
Right, in the shows.
When we do shows, we have live models.
Yeah, so my hairstylist actually is at a 3-day show, or
Yes.
was a show in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Premiere.
you were there.
No, we weren't there.
But
No.
you know about it. And
Yes.
she was telling me what goes on there. I mean, it's
You
amazing.
can't believe it. It is. It's amazing. So many companies, one right after another, and it's one of the biggest shows in Florida. The premiere, and the next one is the Cosmoproof out in Las Vegas, of which we're going to be going.
And so, why do people go into this business of thinking that their product's going to be the best and they can market it? I mean, it sounds like a crazy
Because
question.
if you hit with one product, you do very well. You think about how many people are out there, especially now with the marketing now with, you know, the internet and where everybody purchases, you know, stores, Amazon, everywhere. And if it's a one product and you hit, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and usually if someone comes to me and they only have the one product, I'll take it to my catalog business where I sell to catalogs, and they do so well with it in the catalog. Then they say, well, what else do you have in the line? And then I go back and I say, well, what do you need? And they say, well, we need this eye serum, we need the body lotion. I said, okay, you got it. So we go back to the company, we tell them this is what we need to put out. And then they usually listen to us because we've gotten that success already in the catalogs. And they usually put it out and we sell it.
And you've been doing this for a long time, both
Yes,
of you, when
yes.
you think about it. And I'm sure a lot of people are out there trying to emulate what you do, but not as successful because you have a great enthusiasm. I felt that as soon as I met you, and Madeline, that you just love what you're doing. I mean, you look the part, you act the part. I mean, it's hard not to resist you. I mean, you're bold.
If I would tell you some stories
I'm
about
sure.
that.
I'm sure, but you're a perfect person in this now. So when you met Angela, because you didn't have a partner before this, did you?
Well, I did. I had
Oh.
partners in the different businesses, but they weren't as active in it as I was. I was the one that was out there doing all the shows, doing all the promoting, selling the product. They were behind the scenes.
And I just want to say that people can't see her, but Christina, who is in the studio with us, how did she fare with having a mother like you all the time doing this? She was a good little girl, wasn't she?
Oh, yes.
She just followed you
As
around.
a matter of fact, Tina came to work with us during the years of after high school.
Well, you can't look there.
And she worked in the Fabriella company.
Oh, so she helped.
And she was in sales. She was a fantastic salesperson.
Yeah,
So I said, wow, so she did all the sales. And then unfortunately, I lost her to children. She loved being in the child care business, and she opened up her own schools.
Yeah,
But we still have that. Have that gap because now she's following with her son, who just took out the product, which is chronic relief.
Yes.
So it's like a 3-generation company now.
It's very loving. It's really a wonderful thing to see this. But let's just talk about the various products. They have, all of a sudden now, eyelashes are so big.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the problem, we have people who go and actually have the eyelashes put on. We have what you were telling me about that I think you use.
Conditioner,
you said
that's
fabulous.
Right
Yeah, you have gorgeous eyelashes. And you can talk a minute about that. I think you ought to because it's pretty, I mean, on you, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and all I
What
do
is
is it's a lash conditioner and lash growth. It looks like an eyeliner brush. You just put it on here every night. You have to do it every night. Again, it's a regime that you have to do. And then they actually grow. They get stronger. And then when you put your mascara on, I mean, they're like twice the size. And it does work. It's a lash conditioner and growth. And I'm representing 2 companies that have that out now. And they're both doctors' lines. So a doctor is behind this company.
No, don't they, do they mind competing?
No, they're two separate issues. I sell one, because one is more expensive than the other, so I have to feel my retail accounts and my catalogs, but they don't compete.
This is amazing. And so I think the reason you are so successful, besides a lot of reasons, but that you really do use the products, and so you can prove it to everybody,
Oh,
can't
yeah.
you? You'll say,
And
how
when
do
I
you look this way?
And then when I tell them, look, this is, and then I give them one of the products, they say, but you got to use it. I said, okay. And then they call me and tell me, it really does work.
Yeah, that's great. Well, what's your life like, Angela? I mean, I don't know if you have a family. I mean, I know something about Madeline and her beautiful daughter and her grandson, but who are you?
I actually did many lines for Palladio Cosmetics. I did that line. I've done lines for the cruise ships, Norman Rack stores.
No, well,
what
wait,
else thing?
but tell me personally.
Personally, I'm married.
Personally.
Mhm.
Okay, you're
I'm
married.
married. I have children.
Ah, see, I mean, that's, it's funny. We get talking about business, we forget
Yeah,
everything
I
exactly.
else.
also have a daughter that was in the business who decided that she wanted to do another business. So,
All right, but that's okay. But
Yeah.
so you've been very close with your families
Oh,
and
yeah.
all. And are you both from the same area in New York?
Yes, actually, our families were, but then I lived on Long Island. But when we come back to where we were in Brooklyn, yes, we
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn.
But you didn't meet each other there.
No.
So it's
No,
really
no.
down here in South Florida that
Right.
you've become so close, isn't
Right.
it?
1985.
And there's nothing like having a wonderful partner that you can share everything with and go places and be successful, is there?
I drive her crazy with projects.
This is true.
And she says, you keep me going. I says, that's the whole idea.
I mean,
Can't
she-
stop.
She brings me products and she goes, oh, you have to market this. And I'm like, whoa.
I need it by next week.
So what does that mean when she says that? Give me an example of what she's talking about.
If she brings me, say, a mascara, and she says, this is a great mascara, but, where can we sell this? I have to market it, and I have to look into the different areas where a product like that is being sold, the ingredients, compare it, see what the difference is, bring it to the right price point, and then see what market has to go into, whether it's beauty, professional beauty, whether it has to go into retail or catalog or internet, just wherever it's going to be perfect for that product.
We have so many people watching. This is amazing.
Really?
Right, John. Album. Let's see. It is so small I can't read it right now without lifting this. Oh my goodness. So this is really interesting. Well, I'm glad. I'm sure they're very attracted to these two beautiful women, and most people don't know about the things that
Yeah.
you do. This is kind of a secret. You
Yeah.
just go in and you see cosmetics. You don't know what they're made,
Right.
who's selling them, anything about it. It's
Right.
like, and it's funny when you go into, let's just use one of the big department stores. It's the person behind the counter that makes the difference. Sometimes they could care less. They're just busy doing things. Or sometimes they are so friendly and so nice, and they have people there who want to demonstrate and all. So it is a matter of the way you present something.
Yes, and I
Absolutely.
always told my girls behind the counter when we were selling department stores that it doesn't matter what your problems are. When you walk through that door, your problems are gone. This is your stage. Your counter is your stage, and the show must go on. And I do not expect anything less. And they do it.
So tell me though how something works. So with all the products there, do they get a commission? How does it work then when you put the product in there? They have a lot of products.
Yeah.
So they decide if they're going to take yours or not?
Well, yeah, you have to have something really exciting for whatever caliber of department stores you're presenting to, whether it's a Bloomingdale's or Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus requires the higher end lines and the more expensive, and then we have some lines that are less expensive, which can go into a Macy's or that type of store. And what would you say to that?
Yeah, we have different lines they each have to have their own category, and we have to really market each one of them differently.
Yeah.
And that's what takes
And
all the time.
And the girl behind the counter
And then she'll
gets a
give
commission.
she'll give me one day, and then say, okay, now you have this one, and now you have this one. Did you get the first one done?
Yeah. Well, the girls generally work on commission. They get an hourly wage from the store, whatever it may be, and then if they're selling our products, we give them a commission. So besides the hourly wage, they get the commission from the company that they're selling.
Oh, even though they work for one of the big department stores.
Yeah, the department stores usually hire the girls, and then they could be doing my line or somebody else's line, and then they give them the commission.
So this wellness, beauty, wellness, beauty, and
Wellness, health, and beauty.
wellness, health, and beauty. Sorry, it's such a major industry today. Was it always like this? What was it like when you were just in the hairstyling? What was it like then?
There was no lines.
No.
There was,
Revlon, I guess Revlon.
Yeah,
was-
you had
Yeah,
Revlon, you
you-
had Max Factor.
That's it.
That was it. That was the whole thing.
I think the first beauty line was Strand. Wasn't that the name of the company?
I think
it was,
so.
It was Strand, and it was like really
Yeah,
well-known.
yeah. I mean, now there's just so many. You
Now we
really
have so
don't
many
know.
secondary lines. It's incredible.
Right, because when you get the fancy magazines, there's so many lines in there, and you
Yep.
see them, and then on television, oh my goodness, L'Oreal, I mean all these things, and
Yeah.
then they get famous actresses and famous TV stars who even the men, and that's the other thing. Now, do you have a lot of male products too? Because they're really into it.
No, we have not gone into mail.
Really?
No, not
Don't
yet.
you find that
Not yet.
the men really are into this stuff, aren't they?
Men are into skincare.
Yeah.
Skincare.
Skincare. They're into skincare, and I it's a specific It's still a very specific area. You know, it hasn't blended yet with women's, and even though you would think it would, it hasn't really.
I don't think the men buy the products for themselves because they don't like to go in and
still.
their wives or girlfriends buy the products for them, bring them home and say, this is what you need, and then they use it. But they would not go into the store and buy a specific
And
product
they're not going
themselves.
in a catalog to buy it. The wife would do it.
Yeah.
Or the girlfriend.
There's a TV commercial where the man has this something and his wife comes up and she's going to take it. He doesn't let her have it.
Yeah.
I don't know which one that is, but I thought that's where it's all going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But the men do care. You know, they're having plastic surgery. They're, they're fit. They're doing these things. So they're, I mean, they may
don't
wind
look
up with
their
false
age.
eyelashes soon.
Who knows?
You know what, getting back to what you had said before, when, you know, why is this industry, what's, you know, so great about it, is they're finding out so many things we can get done with creams and with topicals, because it is actually able to penetrate the skin. So we don't need to have the instruments that we used to have with the surgical things anymore. We have really come a long way, and the basic is to get back. Love to see it all happen in the United States so we can manufacture here, but that would be a great thing, is, you know, to have all of these products to be able to be available for everyone, so they don't need to use the doctors anymore for the instruments. And yet if they needed the instruments, they could just use these as products to help them, you know, keep it looking
Keep it in between.
in between.
Yeah.
Just in between products.
Let me also then tell everybody who you're listening to, we have here Madeline Giardiello, Giardiello, I'm sorry, Giardiello, and Angela Castellano, and they are partners, and their business is MSG and Associates, which is Wellness, Health, and Beauty Products.
And APM also.
What did I say?
MSG and Associates, that is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
And then APM.
The products are A Professional Makeover.
A
That's the
professional
yeah.
makeover. That's true.
That's the name of
what
the
it
products,
does.
yeah.
You said something very interesting there, Angela. So there now are products that actually penetrate.
Yes,
And
they're
do,
transdermal.
Transdermal. And they do take away wrinkles. They really do. When you see that, they really
Absolutely.
take away wrinkles.
Yeah, and the ones that do it quickly, they're not as good as a treatment line. But if you get a line, like my sister has a whole line of.
Oh, your sister's in the business.
Yes,
Yeah.
just so happens.
Right.
She has a whole line for skincare for dermatologists, surgeons. You know, she does a whole line for
She does all the
them.
private label
So
for
she
them.
does. So when she fills, she also helps us develop products, so we can get it out to the average woman. And it's all transdermal, and it really does work. You're using a lot of peptides, and you're using a lot of different products that you don't need to use surgical implements
That
anymore.
is amazing, because they do show you on television the befores and the afters. You
Yes.
wonder if that's really true.
And
Is
it really
true?
does.
Is it?
And they're
Yes.
not allowed to touch up anything on TV. It's against the FTC. Because they have to actually do that particular test on one particular person and use it constantly, the cream, and leave the one side before. You know, unfortunately,
And so
one
that's
side not done.
So that's true.
It is true.
Oh yeah.
But it's in the course of using the product, as they say, every day or every night, whatever the product may be, and you must use it at least a month to see any kind of results.
But you've seen them, the
Oh,
results
yes.
yourselves.
Oh, yes.
And so you
Absolutely.
and that's why then you choose those products. Now, do you go into the various stores or wherever you're selling the product and teach them? Do you show them what to do
Yeah, we'll train them. We
Yeah.
do
Train them.
training.
We do
yes.
training, absolutely.
so that they know, because you know you're so good at this, but people who are doing makeover, people let's say who are doing makeup, they really have to take a class in that. You can't teach people really how to do the right makeup, can you?
Well, yes, they should go to school to learn the makeup. There are courses that they just makeup courses, and that's their basis. But then they learn through experience as they go.
And we try to create products that are easy and quick. Like we have an eyebrow pencil, but it's just like quick and easy, and anybody can use it. And that really comes from the pageants. You know, the pageants, you have to have a girl ready in 7 minutes. To me, it was no different than every morning. I was a pageant woman every morning. I'd wake up, have to jump, get the kids to school, put my makeup on. I mean, it was crazy. So, you know, it's the same life as a pageant girl. Every mother is a pageant girl.
That's very well said. Well, I was thinking as you were talking about all this that some people, when they wake up in the morning, you know, they look, and you said this before, they don't look like when they walk out.
No, they don't.
So that natural look is, oh, okay, it's not so good anymore, is it?
Well, I have to say, a natural look with makeup on older women.
Oh, a natural look with makeup on older women.
On older
That's
women.
interesting.
When women wear too much makeup, older women, it makes them look older.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the more natural the makeup, and you still need makeup. No, there is no such thing as natural beauty. Sorry.
Right.
So you still need makeup, but you have to do it naturally, and that doesn't give an age to look.
Right, but you do know how to do it. You have to learn that. It isn't just casual. And so when people are hired to go behind the cosmetic counters, they're not trained to do that. So are you going to train them to how to use the makeup that you're marketing with them?
You always have to
Yes.
send a trainer.
Oh yes, we have to.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We
do.
train the trainers.
Yeah. Otherwise, our products don't sell.
So that's what it is. See, I've always been curious about that when I go into the department stores and I see all the cosmetics and wonder, how do they sell all this? How do they get it where it's supposed to go?
Well, when we train them, also we make them do the makeup on us to see if they can do it right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, and I want a subtle look, I want a dramatic look,
Oh,
I want
really?
a natural look, and they usually do it, and then we just give them the little critiques
Okay.
here and there.
That's great. Well, this is probably one of the most unusual radio talk shows I have ever done. I have to tell you that. I've done it with doctors and lawyers and all sorts of people, but never with people like you. And this has been so entertaining. I've learned so much. And I know that you have offered me wonderful products, and I guess I'm going to get really serious with what you gave me. And I thank you so much. And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
I really
it was
so much
appreciate
for having
it.
wonderful.
us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
again for coming.